Welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu to the rescue. Today we are going to look at order of operations part 2. And in this case we have a little bit more complicated problems that we're going to tackle to work. And again, please don't forget, every time we work with order of operations, we need to write the acronym here by the side, PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Okay? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. One more time. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And remember, when we have the multiplication and division next to each other, we are going from left to right. And the same we do with addition and subtraction. We are going from left to right. Let's take a look at this problem now and see what we do next. So we have parentheses, but only we have just a number. Okay? So we can skip the parentheses because we do not have more than a number inside the parentheses. But then let's look at the exponents. We are going to work, we have an exponent problem here. Negative 6 squared. Please remember, negative 6 squared doesn't mean negative 6 times 2. That would be a mistake. Remember, negative 6 squared means negative 6 times negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 6. Okay? And we are going to do that first. Negative times a negative becomes a positive. And 6 times 6, 36. So this becomes 36. And then everything else stays. So we have 8 divided by negative 4. Now times 36 plus 7. And let's see what we get. Now we have division, multiplication, and addition. And again, division and multiplication are next to each other. And the rule is we are going from left to right. From left to right. From left to right. So we are going to do this first. 8 divided by negative 4 becomes negative 2. Times 36. And then plus 7. Now we are right here. Okay? We finished the multiplication. Now we finished the division from left to right, and now we have multiplication, which comes before addition. So we have to multiply those numbers first. 36 times 2. But remember, negative times a positive becomes a negative. So we are going to have a negative number there. 2 times 6, 12, 2, 1. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. So we have negative 72 plus 7. And let's see what we get. If you remember my song, opposite sign subtract, take the sign of the larger number, then will be exact, right? Opposite sign subtract, so we subtract 72 minus 7, and that becomes 65. And then we take the sign of the larger number, and then it will be exact. And if you remember my song, if you forget my song, think about that as money, right? I owe you $72, right? But then you are giving me, then I'm giving you $7. I only have $7 on me today, so I'm giving you $7. But then I still owe you $65 because it's 72, take away 7, but I'm still owing you $65. So the final answer, negative 65. Let's take a look at another problem here. And again, another complicated problem. Again, all the time, we need to write the acronym. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And again, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction from left to right. Okay, please remember that. Okay, only one number inside of the parentheses. So let's skip that because we do not have two numbers, but we have exponents. Let's tackle the exponent here. Negative 2 to the third power is what? It's going to be negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, 3 times. Negative 2 times negative 2 and times negative 2. Again, don't make the mistake of saying negative 2 times to the third power is 6, negative 6, because that would be an incorrect answer. The answer would be negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. And here we are going to do 2 at a time. Negative 2 times negative 2 becomes positive 4. And positive 4 times negative 2 becomes negative 8. Okay? So all of that becomes negative 8. So let's write from the beginning what we have. We have 4 times negative 8 plus 6, and then it's a minus there, and then we have negative 8 now there, right? Because that gave us negative 8, but we have another negative, and now we can put the invisible one here, because negative times a negative would become a positive. So that becomes just an 8, okay? And then we have 4 times negative 8 plus 6, sorry, and then you go down plus 8. And now we are right here. We have a couple of operations. We have multiplication, addition, and addition. And of course, multiplication would come first. So let's multiply those two numbers. 4 times negative 8 becomes negative 32. So negative 32 plus 6 and then plus 8. And again, from left to right, we have a negative, positive, positive. So negative 32 plus 6, right? The same thing, okay? We take away 6 from 32, right? So it's the same thing. We subtract 32 minus 6, right? We borrow from the 3, make 3 a 2, make this a 12. 12 minus 6 becomes 6 and 2, right? But remember, it's negative. I still owe you $26, right? $26. So it's negative 26 and then plus 8. And again, if I owe you $26, but I only have $8 on me and I give you $8 back, I'm going to owe you $18. Okay, so the final answer is negative 18. Please remember, exponents comes first, and then we follow all the order of operation to get to the answer. Let's take a look at one more problem here, and this is getting a little bit more complicated. Take a look what we have here, but again, first, don't forget the acronym. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And multiplication, division, addition, subtraction from left to right. Let's take a look at this problem here. We have a parenthesis, 10 divided by negative 5. Negative minus, remember, let's add the 1, the invisible 1 there, because we are going to eventually multiply those two numbers. And then we have two parentheses here. So because of this reason, let's make this parenthesis like a little bit indented here, because we are going to we are going to do that first, okay? And then we are going to times negative 3 to the third power. Okay, but so parenthesis comes first, so let's solve this first. Remember, when we have multiple things, we are going from the inside out. So let's solve. We have division, and then we have subtraction and multiplication. But first, division is going to come first. So we have 10 divided by negative 5. That becomes negative 2. And then we have negative times a negative becomes a positive. So plus 2. And then everything is going to be in a big parenthesis. And then times. And now, remember, negative 3 to the third power means negative 3 times negative 3 and times negative 3. Okay? And this becomes what? Let's see. Negative times negative becomes 9. And 9 times negative 3, negative 27. Negative 27. And here, negative 2 plus 2 becomes a 0. But please don't forget to bring down the times. So 0 times negative 27, 0 times any number is 0. So the final answer is 0. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you paying attention to this order of operation and the acronym PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And again, let's continue to practice this order of operations. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you in the next video. All the best to you.